Now, while Mr. Powell sees a global threat possibly, here in the U.S., minimal exposure, minimal threat, minimal economic concern, at least at this point. Joining me now from Dallas, Texas, co-founder and chief strategist of GDP Advisors, Seth Denson. Seth, obviously, if the chairman of the Federal Reserve is talking about it, it's something that we ought to pay attention to, though I believe that the fear caused by the virus right now, at this point in the United States, is much more potentially harmful than the actual virus itself when we're talking about the economy. Do you agree with some of these experts who say that the coronavirus is the greatest threat to the economy right now?
Well, I don't think it's the greatest threat to the economy. I think uncertainty tends to be one of the greatest threats because we have a volatile emotional system right now of everybody looking for that one thing that's going to offset the system. Listen, I spend roughly half of my life in airports, Graham, and I'm amazed in the last week while traveling throughout the United States in different airports, just the massive fear that you see. If somebody coughs, everybody reacts and jumps, and people wearing masks. And that's just a bit much right now. I think we all need to kind of step back and take a deep breath.
Yeah, let's do that. And look at the numbers. It's interesting. It wasn't too long ago that there were more job openings than job seekers, but now it seems as though we've kind of hit an equilibrium point where it's roughly the same, more or less, right now, job seekers, job openings, and that's really not a bad thing, is it?
It's not, because what's happening is we virtually have no unemployment. At the end of the day, there's about 6.4 million jobs available. So still, there's plenty of jobs out there for people to go get. Matter of fact, if you listen to surveys of most small business owners, the biggest challenge they face today is actually finding good talent, finding people to fill jobs that they need filled.
Right. And a lot of people who have jobs right now are getting raises because those employers want to retain their employees. You know, one of the indicators that I watch with consistency is the small business optimism indicator, because let's face it, small business is the backbone of this republic and this economy. And right now, and it has been for many, many months now, the optimism among small business operators is relatively high.
It is. Listen, when you have a booming economy, you have, the tax and regulatory situation that we're in right now. Things are really positive. I run a small business, Graham, and things are really, really good for GDP Advisors right now. Yeah. We're hiring, so, come apply.
Small business? All right, we'll take you up on that possibly. Watch out. You may get a lot of emails there. Don't send them to me. Send them to Seth. Because when small business is happy in this country, that means, relatively speaking, the economy is in pretty good shape. Seth, thank you.